All right, Davida. So this session is being recorded so that later on I can upload this video and give you the link so that all the questions that you're going to ask, right, and all the answers I'm going to provide, you can circle back. And this is going to help us because you don't necessarily have to just take notes the entire time, and that's going to
Yes.
slow us down. So just wanted to give you a heads up. That way you can just ask all the questions you need to get answered today.
Ah, perfect. Perfect. Okay. So here's my question. I'm
Okay.
brand new. Brand new.
Right.
I purchased a 360 100 centimeter. Um, been in my dining room for about 3 weeks. I booked my first event, which is a women's conference, which is not paid. I paid to be a part of the women's conference. I just get my name out there, out in front of people. So that was coming up. That is actually this coming Thursday. In the meantime, there was another one that I found out about. I got into the last minute. Again, it wasn't paid. I didn't have to pay for this one. And so that was my very first event this past Saturday. Um, it was let me see. It was a couple of things. It was amazing at the response that I got from the people that were there. They loved it. Came back multiple times to get on the booth. I gained a job from it, which was totally motivating and
Yeah.
exciting. I am not a tech person. My children who were there, they were there to help me, are 14, and they pretty much did the whole tech thing for me.
Okay.
This one that I'm going to be at on Thursday is going to be by myself. So I want to know what is the best way. So we were trying to get on their Wi-Fi, and that didn't really work. And so I don't really understand, like, if my cell phone has Wi-Fi and the tablet has Wi-Fi, why doesn't it work that way? Like, I think she had a hotspot the cell phone,
Yeah.
she had a hotspot the tablet to the cell phone.
Okay. Yeah, so congratulations on gaining that job from that event
Thank
by
you.
itself, because that's how we invest our time in hopes that our presentation and our overall service is attractive enough to get either one or two or maybe even three referrals, and then those turn into actual bookings. So congratulations on that one.
Thank
Now,
you.
absolutely. So that's a great technical question. And here's the response to that. So our phones, where's my phone at? Our phones were designed to just be used as mobile phones, right? And they do have a feature, the mobile hotspot feature, but the mobile hotspot feature on this phone, Davida, it works well when you're trying to, for example, download some emails, check some emails, maybe do a little bit of downloading on music or stream some music. If you have your iPhone and you have your iPad and you are running your iPhone and it's processing information, it's downloading and uploading information from whatever software you're using to record, the processor on the phone is transmitting and receiving, it's working. And if the phone on top of that has to send information to the iPad, to the sharing station, it's going to be very, very slow, because now you are, how can I say this? You are dividing the speed between the phone and the iPad
Okay.
sharing station.
Okay.
So with that, when that happens, you'll notice that the phone battery first is going to drain because the phone is working to its maximum. You're making it extra hard.
Okay.
And then it's going to take a while for that video to get uploaded to the iPad sharing station, just because the phone wasn't designed to be just a straight up mobile hotspot, you know. So
I'm gonna call for my daughter. Hold on one second. Okay.
so the tablet was a hotspot, meaning the tablet has a SIM chip inside that has data, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then the phone that you were using, did that phone have a SIM chip? Was it connected to, or was it just a phone with Wi-Fi capability?
I'm not sure if this is the phone, and I'm not sure if it has a SIM chip or not. I don't think so. I just purchased this phone. Does it come with a SIM chip?
So if you purchase the phone, Davida, is there a phone line attached to it? Meaning, can you
There
call?
is.
So, okay, so it has a phone line. Okay, so that's the phone line. So that means that right now, if you go on your phone and you open up, for example, Google or YouTube, without it being connected to Wi-Fi, you'll be able to watch videos, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so that means your phone has data, it has service.
Yes, it
If
does.
if your tablet also has a SIM chip inside, that means that both devices have their own cellular data connection. So they're
Yes.
both activated.
Okay.
Which means you don't have to cross them because they can act independently because you're paying for both lines and those lines are activated and have data on them right now.
Okay.
And you're using an iPad. And what kind of iPhone are you using, Davida?
So I'm using the iPhone 14
Nice.
for the booth,
Yeah.
and it's forward facing.
Forward facing, meaning that these cameras are facing the attendee.
Um, the screen is facing the attendee.
Okay, boom. Let's go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry. The screen is facing the people on the booth.
Okay, so do you have one of these or do you have the
Yes,
stand? You have
I
one of these?
do have. Yes.
Okay, really quick. When you're not, and I light this up so you can get a really good visual. When this is on the booth, this right here, the light is facing the people, right?
Okay. Yes.
This right here
Ah.
is to be inserted like this. And so your phone is going to go inside like that.
Ah.
That
So
way,
mine was backwards.
yes,
Okay.
because these cameras are the best cameras on the phone. So these
Oh. Okay.
facing the attendees, the guests,
Okay.
you, the operator, have full control over the interface. Here, there's nothing blocking you. You can do whatever you need to do, whether it's airdrop, QR code, send a text message. So this is how you want to position it.
We have some breakup. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is definitely how you want to position it.
Okay. Perfect.
The other way would just be it wouldn't be as efficient and you're not getting the best out of the equipment you currently have. That's the best way to position the equipment that you currently have, especially if you have a
Okay.
really cool iPhone 14.
Okay. Perfect. So put it the other way. Okay. Um. Now, so I don't know for whatever reason, but it took a while to get it connected. Thank goodness we had time. We had plenty of time to set up. So by the time it was showtime, we were straight. But I have no idea how she did it.
Yeah.
So I'm nervous for Thursday because we could not connect to their Wi-Fi for some reason. And so she used, I guess she used what she said she used the tablet as the hotspot.
Mhm. You know what you
So
can do if you're going to be doing this one solo? Here's the thing, because I did a lot of events solo, lots of events solo. It was a great time for me because one, I was making a lot of money because I had no assistants. So,
okay,
that was for me. And that was great. But then I decided I need to start scaling, I need to start training people, I need to start getting a feel for possible assistance, and so on and so forth. So here's one thing really quick, Davida, on your for your upcoming event. When you have your phone in here like this,
yes,
what's going to happen is when you are on the application and you have full access to your screen, you don't really even need an iPad sharing station because your phone is going to render that video first, right? And then it's going to be
yes.
available on your phone. So while the arm and the light are in position after the attendees come off the booth, you can actually send them their video directly from your iPhone 14 right there and then.
Ah,
So your phone never leaves the clamp, your light stays on the actual arm, and all you're doing is, all right, guys, go ahead and turn on your airdrop and make sure you guys set it to accept from everyone, and then you just airdrop the video from your phone to their phone, which takes 2 seconds.
okay,
That way you don't have to pace back and forth seeing if the iPad sharing station is getting the videos or if it's not and how long it's taking. That's going to
okay,
be a time saver, and that's going to be a less something less you have to worry about. And like I mentioned earlier, the video is generated and rendered on the phone here first before it even makes it out to the sharing station. So that's going to help with the flow. I just wanted to share that with you because I feel like that insightful information is gonna help you with the flow.
Can they text it from there also at
Yeah,
that?
absolutely. So,
Oh, perfect. Okay.
what program are you using right now?
A Luma booth.
You're using Luma Booth. Yeah. So with Luma Booth, you would just simply text it. When you're doing Luma Booth and you're setting up the event, it gives you the option to do the airdrop, do the text or the QR code.
Okay.
For the iPhone users, AirDrop it. That's the fastest way.
Okay.
For Android users, just go ahead and text it to them and let them know that it's going to take a few minutes. It's not as fast as AirDrop.
Okay. Now I did notice that no one got their videos until we left.
Yeah, exactly. So the way Luma Booth works is the server's not as fast. And
Okay.
that's what I noticed back when I was using Luma Booth is they wouldn't get it right away. There'll be moments where they get it a couple hours later. There'll be moments where they get it after actually the event finishes. Like it'll get pushed through way later.
Okay.
So to set the expectation, let them know that it's going to take some time, but they'll get the video eventually.
Okay.
That way they don't circle back 2 minutes later and say, I haven't got my video. And then now they're worried. Just let them know that it gets uploaded to the server and it stays on the cloud. And then it goes back down to that where they can actually, it pings it to their phone so that they can open it as a file and then
Okay.
upload it. So yeah.
Okay, perfect. Oh my gosh, that's like huge. Thank you so much.
Huge, big time.
I'm
Yeah.
freaking out because there was three. There was my son, my daughter, and myself. My son was getting everyone excited, getting them on the booth. My daughter was handling um the sharing station, and I was networking. So like I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do all this on Thursday? So this you just like gave me so much relief.
Yeah. So it's it's doable. You could run it solo for a while.
uh,
The fact that your kids are getting experience and they're helping you out, it's a great thing because when it comes to buying a secondary booth, you
yes.
already know the deal, and then you guys can start doing multiple events in one Saturday, which would be great.
Oh wow. Okay. Awesome. So now when we have multiple people, how do you connect? Like, I know I watched some of your videos and you spoke about a hotspot, um, and so using the phone's capabilities them itself versus a hotspot versus the venue's Wi-Fi. What is the best way?
Yeah, so I invested in a mobile hotspot. It looks just like I invested in this mobile hotspot. This model's the M2, I think the M2000. I have my service through T-Mobile.
Okay.
Now, this mobile hotspot right here, I'll give you a scenario. Say I get booked and I'm booked for a 360 booth and I'm also booked for a selfie booth. They want like a bundle. Which what is really cool is that, say for example, I'm at the event now, or just say you and I are both at the event. You're taking care of the 360 booth, and we have an iPad sharing station, and I'm on the other side taking care of the selfie booth. What's really cool about having a mobile hotspot is this mobile hotspot will be able to provide both iPads, the sharing station and the selfie booth iPad, with enough data to have it run throughout the night. So we're using one mobile hotspot to power two iPads to our benefit
Okay.
versus you paying for two lines. Well, in total, three lines. The phone that's on the 360 booth recording, iPhone 14, plus another chip inside of the mobile hotspot, plus another chip inside of the iPad that's acting as a selfie booth. So that's three SIM cards. That means you're paying for three lines,
Ah,
right? So
okay.
that's one of the reasons I decided to go with a mobile hotspot. Another reason too, Davida, you'll know as an entrepreneur, you usually take your laptop with you everywhere because you're always working, and a lot of work is done through the laptop. So this comes in handy too, if you take
Okay.
your laptop to the event for whatever reason.
Okay.
Uh,
Now, so I would now when we have been practicing on this at home, it works fine because I guess it's working off the Wi-Fi in the house.
House, it's a
And
strong
me
Wi-Fi.
being not understanding how this all works, like why does it work fine here, but then when we take it there, it's like a complete different story. And I'm like, I was just completely stumped of how to get it.
One of the primary reasons everything works at home really smoothly is because there's not a lot of interception, and there's not a lot of a static. And what I mean by static is there's not a lot of interference with different
Okay.
frequencies. If you think about it, sometimes you'll go to, for example, say you have an event at a big church. That church has a built-in IP address they have a bunch of frequencies of different channels from the recording systems. And there's a lot of, like I said, a lot going on. Sometimes some of those channels or frequencies will kind of intervene with your connection. And this is one of the reasons why I stopped taking the Apple TV and the Apple, because for some reason it would disconnect a lot. But here at home, it will work just fine because it's running off the Wi-Fi from the house. So I don't take the TV anymore. And also, before I go out to an event, who's your carrier, Davida?
T-Mobile.
So what I do on T-Mobile is I go to T-Mobile coverage maps and I'll type in the address of my upcoming venue. And it'll tell me like, oh, this location has really good 4G LTE, or it has really good 5G. So as long as I have one of those two, I know I'm going to be good, because these software 360 booth apps don't require a massive amount of data. And the process on these newer phones is crazy fast. So it works out pretty well. Now, I think that's one of the reasons why you were having issues, just because there was probably interference. Another reason is probably because you were trying to give one device data when it already had data, and it was probably confusing because you had the Wi-Fi on and it was probably toggling between the Wi-Fi and the data. So that could have been it.
Okay. So if I use the hotspot for you, so would I use the hotspot for every menu? Would that make it easier?
No, the best thing is to use the actual data on your phone, on your iPhone 14.
Okay.
Yeah, your iPhone 14, and just want to probably call T-Mobile. I'm just certain that if you have an iPhone 14 that you bought from T-Mobile, you finance the phone through T-Mobile, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that means it has a plan. That means it probably has unlimited data. So all you really need is a cellular data from the iPhone 14. And you'll be okay. What else can I share about that? And plus the iPhone 14 has really good a good built-in stabilizer too, so you're not going to get shaky videos.
But how did you, for some reason, like how do you, I don't know, for some reason, like here it's automatic. It goes to the sharing station. Automatically. I don't, I'm sorry. I'm really bad at, which is probably not good that I started this business and I can't work in electronics.
You have to get out of your comfort zone regardless. So you got to take that leap and you got to learn new things to stay relevant in this game. So it's cool. Yeah.
I know. I just called my daughter. I'm like, Mariah, come and do this for me.
I'm gonna show you how to remove the mobile hotspot settings on your iPad. That way it doesn't interfere. So I'm gonna plug in one of my Apple devices, share my phone screen here with you, Davida. So let me know if you can see my phone screen. Give me a few seconds here. All right, so here's my phone screen, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna go to settings, and on your iPad, you can do the same. You're gonna go to settings.
Okay.
Then from settings, do you see where it says personal hotspot under settings?
Oh, I do. I see it. Yep. Yes.
Let's select personal hotspot.
Okay.
And right here on your iPad, it should say something like this: allow others to join.
Yes.
Okay, so we don't want no one to join, and so we're gonna close that. We're gonna go ahead and tap it, toggle it until it's grayed out like that.
Okay.
All right, and then after that, we're gonna go back to the settings here. Right, and another thing you can do is, since that iPad has its own service, has its own SIM chip inside, you can go to the Wi-Fi section where you see the wording where it says Wi-Fi.
Yes.
And we can actually turn off the Wi-Fi.
Turn off the Wi-Fi. Okay.
Yeah. And now we're going to go ahead and just go slide your finger from the very bottom to the top. Just so it can take you back to the main screen here.
Okay.
Right. All right. So now we removed the personal hotspot. We deactivated the Wi-Fi. So let's try this now. Go on to like a YouTube or search for something on your iPad. I just want to make sure you still have data off the SIM card.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
All right. Beautiful. So so that means that iPad has a SIM chip integrated inside that has cellular service. So you don't need to put that iPad on Wi-Fi unless your home Wi-Fi is 100 times faster than the cellular connection on your iPad. Now, this would be the same deal on your iPhone. However, I want you to leave your iPhone on both Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, because when you're at the event, you're going to be sending these videos. You're going to be airdropping these videos to the client, to the guest. So you want to leave those turned on. Really
Okay,
quick
so
though,
Wi-Fi, Bluetooth is gonna be turned on,
Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi on your iPhone 14, the one you're going to be using to record.
and Wi-Fi is turned on. Okay.
Then another thing is on your iPhone 14. This is what I want you to tell the guests. Okay, here I'm going to share my phone with you here again. You're going to tell your guests this. So you're going to have them scroll from the very top to the bottom, and it's going to give you this menu right here. You want them to have their Wi-Fi turned on. So what you're going to do is you're just going to hold this button, and I'm going to turn it on, and then I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold it down. And then you want to make sure right here where it says airdrop contacts only, you want to make sure that it's set to everyone. So you just hold it down and you scroll down to it says everyone. This is going to allow their phone to receive that video from your iPhone 14, because if it's set to just contacts, their phone won't populate on your phone because they're not
Okay.
And like I said, this sounds like a lot of information, but I'm recording this so you can come back and watch it later. And then your daughter there, I bet she's tech savvy. She could
She is
probably,
very tech savvy.
yeah. So she'll be a great help. But yes, this is what you would do in that situation.
Okay, so if I leave the settings as is, I'm gonna put this this way. He
Yep.
said not to put it the way we had it turned around, because this is the better camera. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So when you guys are at the event, or Davida, let me show your daughter really quick. So
I noticed that you have yours this way. We had ours the other way.
yeah, I have it in portrait mode. That way,
Ah,
when I'm recording those videos, you get more of the full body.
ah, okay,
And I feel that it's way more appealing than the other two templates that are available.
okay. So we need to change the template to portrait mode for the in Luma Booth.
Yes, yes. And you can just simply do that on Luma Booth. Select, I think it's a 1080 by 1920. So when you guys are making the overlay on Canva, make sure you resize it.
Can you take the dog out of here? Yeah. Okay, change it. I'm sorry, one more time.
Yeah, 1080 by 1920 when you're on Canva.
Okay. By 1920. Okay.
1920. You can actually practice later today, create an overlay and then put it into Luma Booth, and then you'll see how the big difference of how
Okay.
it's a full body.
A full body.
I find it more attractive that way than
Absolutely. If someone gets dressed up, they want to see their whole outfit, not the
precisely. That's a good point. Exactly. And then of course we know that Reels and Shorts and TikTok right now is a thing. So even better if we get that much more real estate on the phone.
Okay, excellent. Now, as far as length of video, mine has been, including the outro, like 39 seconds.
That's on the longer side, Davida. You want to keep it under 30 seconds.
Keep it under 30. Okay.
Yeah, because what that's going to do too is that's going to add time to the rendering process. So it's going to take a while for that video to download. Did you notice that the video was kind of slow, or when you were downloading, or was it quite fast? I want to say
no, it was fast. It went to the sharing station almost instantly.
What I'm saying is, once it stopped recording, how long did it take to render the video inside?
Oh, okay. It took probably maybe 10 seconds.
Wow. See, that's what I love about the 14. It has a fast processor. If that's the case, then you can still do something 30 at past 30 seconds, because you're including your outro.
Okay.
An older phones with an older phone with less data, it would take a longer time for its processor to process all that data, which is, that video that's close to 30 seconds long, or a little over 30 seconds long.
Okay.
So yeah, if your phone can handle it, just roll with it.
Okay. Oh, good. Thank you. Okay. So now recap. So when I go, I'm not gonna, okay, let's say I choose to bring the sharing station. Okay. I don't change any settings. I just, is it going, like, how does
Luma Booth is Luma Booth is very different. So with Luma Booth, if you have the photo share, uh,
Yes.
pay for the photo share. So with that, what happens is when you launch photo share on your iPad, it's going to ask you to turn on the actual Wi-Fi because now the iPad wants to communicate with your phone, and your phone's going to send
Oh,
video directly to the iPad
okay.
without any prompts. It's just going to do it as soon as you see the name of the event on your iPad that you're running on the iPhone 14, then automatically those videos are going to go straight to the iPad.
Okay. So I don't have to change any settings
No, you just have to select the event on your iPad. That's
on your
the
iPad. Okay.
day
Okay.
of.
Okay. All right. I think I'm going to do what you suggested. I'm just going to do it right from here.
Yeah, and then when you get more familiar with the way things work and the way they interact, um, that iPad sharing station can be a big help because it creates a buffer. Meaning, if you have a long line of people waiting, and say four people get in at one time, instead of having the people wait to get on the booth because the people that just came off the booth are in front of you trying to get their video directly from your phone, right? Say it's 2 to maybe 4 people. What's cool is that when your iPad is working smoothly, you can tell them, hey guys, right over here on this iPad, give it about 2 to 5 minutes, and you guys can come back to that iPad sharing station and get that video right here tonight. And so right away that relieves you. They go grab a drink, or they hang out by the iPad sharing station until their video appears, and then they can just do everything you were going to do, but they do it by themselves. They can do the airdrop, they can do the text messaging or the QR,
Okay.
and that relieves you, and then that keeps that line flowing. But if
Okay.
most cases you can do it directly from your phone because it happens so fast. And if it's 4 people that come off the booth, you can tell them again, like I told you, make sure you guys turn your airdrop on to accept from everyone. And as long as one of those people get it out of the 4, out of the 3, just tell them whoever gets it first, if you can send it to your friends, and that way
Okay.
line moving.
Okay. So when I go, I don't have to change the settings on the 14 at all. It's just gonna.
Yeah, your iPhone 14, its settings are already on, and then
It's
one
just gonna pick. Okay.
settings that are going to take over the wheel, the steering wheel, is the settings that you're going to have on Luma Booth because you're going to be using that software on your iPhone 14.
Okay.
Also, make sure you just remember to switch the toggle to the highest quality possible in the Luma Booth application. That way your videos come out as clean as possible.
Okay.
I know that Luma Booth is doing 1080p now, so it's going to be
Okay.
decent looking. Yeah. How's your lighting? How many lights do you have?
I have the light that you just had, and then I have 4 LED lights.
Perfect. That'll do.
But both of the I haven't done anything at night yet. The first event that I did on Saturday was during the day. And this one on Thursday is going to be during the day, so I haven't really been able to test any lighting.
You
Uh,
you'll see the significant difference from doing a production during the day and doing a production during the night. I 100 times prefer the nighttime. I
I
love,
think so. I guess it's more, yeah,
yeah, the
absolutely.
atmosphere. That production is just so different.
Okay. Okay. I'm probably gonna ask this about 5 more times because I just want to make sure.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna bring the iPhone 14 in there. I'm gonna put it on on the arm, and I don't have to change any settings. The only thing I have to do is tell them to change their uh the airdrop
Yeah, one setting
to
you do
accept it.
want to one setting you do want to change because it's going to be an event and it's going to be over 2 hours. Or say for example, here's what I want to share with you, David. I'm going to share my phone screen with you again. This is one setting that I would highly recommend you change, and it's only 2 settings, but they make the world of a difference, and I'll show you why. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm going to go ahead and share my iPhone screen here with you, and here is what you should do at the beginning of every event. Okay, first thing you should do is you should scroll from the very top to the bottom, and then you're going to go where it says focus. I'm going to go ahead and click focus, and I'm going to go to do not disturb.
Okay.
What that's going to do is that while I am using my iPhone 13 to record the folks on the platform, if I get an incoming call, that incoming call won't go through and won't cut off my production.
Okay.
Yes, that's one setting. Second setting is this. You want to go back into the settings, and then you want to scroll down to where it says display and brightness.
Okay.
Okay, display and brightness. Once you click on display and brightness, you're going to go to the auto lock section right here,
Okay.
and you don't want it to auto lock after 1 minute because, like I said, again, that might interrupt the operation on your phone.
Okay.
So you want to leave it to auto lock either 5 minutes or never.
Okay.
Either one is fine. It just means that it's going to lock after 5 minutes. So if you have inactivity, there's no activity going on for 5 minutes, then your phone's going to auto lock.
Okay.
But then again, you want to consider too is if it's never going to turn off and your brightness is all the way up high like this, then you have to make sure that your iPhone 14 is connected to a charger and that you have a power bank in the bottom. So
okay, yes, I did have it connected to a power bank
okay, beautiful. And
along with the LED, the light, the LED light.
fantastic. So another thing you want to do too is it's during the day, and because it's during the day, you're gonna have to have your brightness turned all the way up because of the glare, right?
Okay.
And just know that when you have your brightness all the way up, that eats up your battery. But the good thing is that you do have a power bank,
Okay.
and you have that rig going on already, so that's gonna help you out a great deal.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Um, oh, what else?
So those two settings on the iPhone 14 is something that I would change.
Okay.
And sometimes you'll forget because to this day I'll forget. I'm so excited that I just put the phone on the mount and I do a test and it's just I completely forget until like I go back to the phone and then I realize why is my phone screen off? I was like, oh, okay, then I forgot to turn on the display auto lock to a longer time.
Well, this is this phone is for the photo booth. I don't even use this phone. This is just a dedicated phone for
Dedicated.
the photo booth.
Makes
Just
sense.
because I didn't know what else to do. It was probably stupid. I probably could have used my own phone.
Yeah, but the iPhone 14 is a monster. That's a working horse right there.
Oh, good. That's good to know. I made some kind of good decision.
Yeah.
The other thing I probably should have did is started with the smaller phone. This photo booth is heavy as heck.
Is it the you said 100 earlier, right? The 100 centimeter.
100, yeah. And in the flight case, I don't like the flight case at all. Like that thing is
No,
not stable.
it's dangerous. I'm gonna say it right now. That flight case is no joke. First of all, it's bulky, it's heavy, and if it falls on you, that's a big bruise. Uh, and so what I do with all of my booths, Davida, is I have them inside that zip pouch. I don't know if you've seen any of my videos where I have them in a big pouch.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the way to go. I mean, it's so compact, it's way more portable, it's light, it takes care of the booth, and the booth is pretty sturdy on its own. So that flight case, I think the suppliers want to use a flight case because of the transportation from overseas
Okay.
to us, you know?
Okay. Yeah, that thing is like I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this thing. It barely stays up, on its own. I'm like, I can't even see imagine myself trying to wheel that thing into someone.
No, those wheels are too small, it's too bulky, it's not the best design. Yeah, I would definitely use uh a little pull cart, a little wagon, and also buy that pouch I'm telling you about. And if you do buy the pouch from whatever supplier you went with, did you go with Cindy or Jeremy? Did you go with any of
I
my
went with Cindy.
Oh, Cindy, she's dope. Yeah, so what I did with Cindy last year is I asked her to ship me two extra zip pouches because at that time I had one booth, but I
Okay.
bought two pouches just because I know shipping is not very cheap. But I might as well have two just in case the zipper messes up over time.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Now the pouch, what do you after you put it in the pouch, what do you put the booth on to transport it?
The wagon. I bought a little wagon on Amazon for I believe under $100. It has really big durable wheels. And then in that wagon, I'll put in my stanchions, my boxes, everything, and I make less trips back and forth.
So you put the booth in the wagon.
Oh yeah. It's
Okay.
a pretty big wagon, but then it folds down. It's very compact. So
I
it's
think that's the same one I have because it has big, huge wheels on
yeah,
it. And
exactly.
then it has two pouches in the front where you could put drinks.
You might have a model that's slightly different, but as long as it has a capacity to hold over, 180 pounds, you'll be okay.
Yeah, I think it was 300 pounds.
Yeah.
But
And
then the stand, okay, so that's good to know because I bought this thing that looks kind of like a skateboard, and you sit
dolly kind
the
of.
it looks kind of like a skateboard. It's black. And then you sit the upright, you sit the mount on that, and then you push it. It has wheels. It's almost like a dolly.
That'll work really well if it has larger wheels.
Okay. Yeah, no, the wheels are not large, but I like the trolley, the wagon because you can just put everything in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it'll fit in the wagon. Well, it should fit in the wagon without the fly case. With the fly case, I don't think it's gonna fit in the wagon
I
at
don't
all.
even touch that flag. That stays in the house. I don't even.
Yeah, put it on offer up. You know, it's such a big bulky item.
Yeah, I didn't like it. It was intimidating when it got here. I was like, oh my gosh, what did I do? I made a big mistake. I should never have started this thing. But yeah, that makes I will definitely do that. Thank you for that. And now, so the stanchions, I used 4 stanchions this past weekend, and I probably could have used more.
Mm. Did you get the gold with the red or the silver with the black? Or
I
what was
got the gold with the red.
gold with the red? What you can do instead of buying another stanchion to save some money is you can actually buy a longer row.
Oh, okay.
That way it
Okay.
extends out further. That's just an idea because you have to consider how much cargo space you have when you're in this business. It's going to get to a point where you're going to have to upgrade either from an SUV to a van or from a van to a
Yes.
box truck or something like, something along
Okay.
those lines.
Okay. Because the stanchions themselves are heavy. Well,
Mm.
the base of it is heavy.
And that's a good thing because we don't want them to easily tilt over.
Yes.
But it's definitely a workout. Starting this business, you will get stronger.
Yeah.
For real. Especially during the summer out here in San Bernardino during the summer, man, I sweat so much before I even hit record on the phone. Like it's the trips, it's been a journey. I gotta be grateful for that.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. You have no idea how much, first of all, with the tech you helped me with the putting the phone the right way.
Yeah.
And then putting everything in the wagon because the thing just seemed like it was too big, too tall for the wagon. So you just like lean it over to the side or something.
I lean it over to the side and then on next to it, I'll put the 6 foot table that folds. So I have the booth and the table. Those are my two biggest, largest items. And then I haul those to whatever location. And then I'll come back for the boxes or the stanchions, fill that up, fill the wagon up. And it's good because it's a durable, heavy duty wagon. So it'll be able to sustain that weight.
Okay. Oh wow. That is so cool. That's I think I can do this by myself. I'm
I
kind
think
of
you could
excited
too.
now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
I was
something.
dreading it, but now I'm excited.
Give yourself enough time, meaning if the event starts at 3, get there at 1:30 because like you said earlier, like you were at the other event, there was a lot of hiccups because you guys had an ample amount of time. You were able to figure it out before the actual time of the event came around. So
Okay.
just give yourself always enough time when it comes to an event because sometimes you'll get confident and you'll be like, you know what, I can get it, I can get set up in 20 minutes. So, and then you hit traffic and then you get to the event and you realize there's no parking close by the actual venue. You have to park kind of far away.
Far away. Okay.
And there's just so many things that can happen in between. So always give yourself enough time.
Okay. Um, and let's see the tablecloths I want to ask you about. Do you have a preference of the fitted spandex ones versus the ones that just
Yeah, I like
the
the fitted
traditional cloth?
Hispanic ones just because I think it's still the style. And I
Okay.
like how snug it fits on the actual table. And on top of that, I can hide my boxes, my props
Underneath.
underneath. So you can go old school and go with the ones with the regular skirts. But it's really up to you because it's your brand, it's your presentation. But definitely have
Okay.
your logo on there because that looks way better. And then maybe even like your phone number, anything that's gonna help your business get that recognition. What I did on one of my cloths is I actually had them design a QR code so that people can scan the QR code and help me with a
Okay.
Google review.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Um, and
Oh,
do
Davida,
you yeah,
make sure, sorry to cut you off. Make sure you get Google reviews, okay? You get those Google
okay.
reviews right now, these events that you have, just keep in mind that it only takes one event sometimes to start building that snowball effect when you start building momentum and you get a bunch of leads. But also on top of that, make sure you're getting 5-star reviews on Google so that Google starts sending you leads and you stay busy throughout the year.
Okay. And even if it's like a this event that I'm doing, which is not a paid event, I could still ask for reviews.
More the reason.
Okay. I didn't even think of that on Saturday, being my
Yeah, more
first event.
reason. You really, really have to capitalize on every event, especially because these are the beginning stages. And so the more you
Okay,
capitalize on every event, meaning get a lot of content, get a lot of different types of videos and pictures, not just from the actual iPhone 14, but you in action, people in the background laughing. The more content you have to share on social media, the better. So try to capture as much
okay,
as possible when you're at these events.
okay, okay. Oh my gosh, I'm actually excited for this now.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Do you have on any of your videos like sources for um like
Typically.
props or
The props I got props. I get a lot of props on Amazon, and there's some other props like the PVC props that I get from Lush Studio. Uh
okay,
he has really high quality props. And then if you buy, I think, over $100 worth of props, and you mention David, or you type in David 360, I think you get free shipping.
okay,
So I use those. And then, like I said, it's a combination between buying just random props on Amazon and also buying the high quality PVC props for both the 360 booth and the selfie booth through Lush Studio.
okay. Now the selfie booth, you just use the iPad, so there is no sharing station.
There's no sharing station for the fact that once that photo is taken, and right, it's the
Right.
iPad. The interface allows you to do everything you would do on the iPad sharing station.
Okay. Do you use a printer?
I don't use a printer. I
Yeah.
don't printer, and when I started bringing in new booths, I told myself I want to avoid the printer as much as possible. Uh, Maybe in the future that might change, Davida, but quite honestly, if I can avoid that printer, that would be awesome.
Okay. And you don't use the TV. I love the way the TV setup looked, but I'm like, I can't imagine myself hauling in a TV in
Yeah,
here.
no, that TV was an amazing thing, and it really helped me with my presentation. But then again, I'd rather get rid of that tripod and that TV and the iPad Air on the iPad. It's not the iPad, but the Apple TV. And if I can
Okay.
do
Yep.
those three items and bring in something that's a lot more effective, for example, like the wedding cold spark machines, then that
Yes.
makes a big difference in the production, not only the presentation, but the actual production itself. And like I said, I just taking the TV back and forth is just it, and it's a thin TV, so it can break really easily.
Break easily.
Transportation. So yeah,
Okay.
I don't miss it at all.
Oh, good. Okay. I'm excited. I'm really excited now.
Good. That's what
I
we
was like, I was petrified. I was watching your videos and I'm like, I gotta book a call right now because I don't know what to do. Okay, so you set my phone up. All I gotta do is just put it on there. Now, if I choose to use the sharing station, I don't have to change any settings. It's just gonna do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, you're gonna go into the photo share application while you're at the
Yes.
event, already with the event created, and then you would select your event on the iPad to utilize it at that as a sharing station.
Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Just make sure that all of your devices, all of your electronics, always have them fully charged on the day
Yes.
of. Because if you have everything fully charged a day before, there's still enough room where that battery will slowly start losing power. Uh,
Okay.
so have everything fully charged a few hours before your actual event, especially if you're not going to
Okay.
have an iPad connected to a power bank.
Yes. Okay. I did purchase two power banks, so I probably purchased way too much, but I was nervous.
You're
So
ready. Yeah, you're ready.
okay. So what I'm gonna do on Thursday is I'm gonna use the phone as the sharing station, but I'm going to bring the tablet just to make sure that I can do it.
Yeah, if you have it,
Just
you might as well bring it.
I want to just test it to make sure that yeah, and if it works, then I will. But
Better.
I just want to yeah. Oh, this is great. I can't thank you enough. I'm so excited.
Good, good, good.
Okay, so I will be calling you again for the next step because I'm ready to no one in my city really does this. So I'm
Oh,
really trying to take this as my opportunity to take over.
Vita, speaking of that, so if you can please text message me your city that you're in, your city and state, because
Okay.
I'm gonna put together a promo video for you on my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna need all of your business contact information, such as your email, your phone number, your social media handles. If you can text that information over to me, that way I can put that in the description of the video and help
Okay.
you help you with that. That's just something that I do for all of my one-on-ones to kind of get a jump start because it's really effective. And our goal is always to get that video on the very first page of Google on the very top when they're looking for the 360 photo booth service in your area, in your city.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you can definitely send that over anytime you have sometime this week if possible.
Oh yeah, I'll do it today, actually.
And then this video right here, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to stop recording a little bit, and then it's going to go through a rendering process. And then from there, I have to upload it to YouTube, but because it's almost an hour long, it's going to take a couple of hours.
Okay.
And once it's on YouTube, I can either make it public where everyone can see your session, or I can leave it private to a point where only people with the link can see the video. So this is your video, and this is entirely up to you.
Okay, public is fine. I'm sure it'll help someone
Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to
as
right now.
non-tech savvy as me.
Yeah, there's some folks that are coming from different backgrounds, but hey, like I said, you got to get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, I know.